So many new real estate opportunities and commercial developments are forever changing the way that we look at Santa Rosa Beach's real estate market. In this video, we're going to talk about where we're seeing a flood of inventory in North Santa Rosa Beach and in Point Washington, with 3 brand new communities coming soon, and also a new commercial development that's taking place right here on 98 that should make living in Santa Rosa Beach just a little bit more attractive. Let's jump right in. So first up, we have Bishop Landing Phase 1 off of Bishop-Tolbert Road. That will be 31 single-family lots, 10 townhome lots, and associated infrastructure on about 20 acres. I only really noticed this when I was flying the drone in Churchill Oaks, but this is also in many of our backyards that we don't typically see this viewpoint of. Towards this west end of Santa Rosa Beach is typically where we see these townhome developments, but as a finished community, the developers plan to build a total of 109 townhomes and 88 single-family homes. This is a huge influx of multifamily and single-family homes with no information that I could really find on the builder, amenities, or an expected price point. But we were able to find this plat map that I can show you right here to give you a breakdown of this large-scale development. Although we don't know the builder or the amenities going in, we can just realize the amount of inventory that's going to be flushed into this North Santa Rosa Beach side, especially when it comes down to townhomes. So if you have a townhome, if you bought a townhome in the recent years, just know that when it comes down to resale value, there's going to be a ton of competition to compete with, especially on the newer construction side. So moving just south of Chat-Hawley by the South Mountain Publix, I saw the signs being put in for an HCA Health Center. This is located on 2.6 acres on Highway 98 and was purchased in 2024 for $3.1 million. The Phoenix Springs just broke ground on a $19 million emergency facility by the same owners, and this 11,000 square foot facility is slated to be opened in 2026. And I'm very curious to see what will go right here on Highway 98 in Santa Rosa Beach. If it's similar, we can expect emergency care from around the clock by board certified physicians close to our families' homes and work. Now back to some real estate news. We're moving east to Point Washington to explore Holly Grove at Peach Creek. Phase 1 of this D.R. Horton community will feature 5 waterfront home sites directly on the creek that have already been pre-sold, but Phase 2 will have 38 single-family residential lots and associated infrastructure on about 12 acres. These will be 4 to 5 bedrooms with single or 2-story options, 2-car garages, and starting around just under 1,860 square feet. These create an attractive opportunity to get into the Point Washington location, starting about $455,000 without buying some of the older residences that we currently see here in Peach Creek. And by Point Washington community, this community sits north of Peach Creek and is bordered by the creek of the same name, but isn't quite Point Washington proper. Compared to the rest of the inventory that we're currently talking about in North Santa Rosa Beach, compared to this Point Washington location, you're going to be a little bit closer to the beaches. You're going to be closer to Emerald Coast Middle School and also Dune Lake Elementary School. So there are some perks of being right here in Point Washington. This community will have 4 plans, including the Delray and the Rhett, each with 4 bedrooms and 2 full bathrooms, the Kennedy, which is a 5-bedroom home with 3 full bathrooms, and the Carroll, which is a 2-story floor plan with 5 bedrooms, one being a downstairs guest bedroom. If you're interested in any of the properties here at Holly Grove at Peach Creek, make sure you use information below and get in touch with me. I'd love to connect you with my favorite on-site agent that can answer any questions that you may have. As always, I hope this video is incredibly helpful in keeping you up to date on everything that's going on right here in Santa Rosa Beach, whether you're a local or an out-of-state investor. This all impacts your property's value one way or another. If you're curious about how that directly impacts your property's value, make sure you use information below, get in touch with me, and I can't wait to see you here at the beach soon.